Greetings and welcome to a Prayerful Pause. I'm Nancy Woodworth-Hill and amongst other things, a spiritual director. Today we are going to look at recognizing and stopping the voice of grumbling. Obedience is one of 3 Benedictine vows. Its Latin root means to listen thoroughly and implies that the listening needs to be done not only with the mind, but with the heart. This vow of obedience is an invitation to put on the mind of Christ. And this understanding of obedience is about listening to God, to other persons, and to our lives, and responding to what we hear with love. We have many habits which can be examined in ways that invite greater listening to ourselves so that we are able to live with greater awareness to all of our relationships. Saint Benedict cautions us against the practice of grumbling, which destroys us as well as the communities of which we are a part. We can grumble to ourselves, we can grumble out loud to others. Either way, damage results. So prepare by taking time to recognize what is grumbling. Grumbling is in many ways a natural pastime, so it can be hard to recognize. However, there are signs. Negative or obsessive thoughts about a person or a situation. Comparison between ourselves and others that place us in a superior role, expressions of envy, jealousy, or inferiority, expressions either to ourselves or out loud that justify our behavior, talking negatively about certain people, and persistent negative feelings about life, and absence of a sense of humor. Add your own thoughts to the list. What other signs do you notice about grumbling? Over the next few days or weeks, listen to your thoughts. Do you hear grumbling in your heart? What kinds of situations bring about your grumbling? Who do you grumble about and why? We think at lightning speed, and before we're even aware, we may be grumbling. It is a part of our normal speech patterns. There are a number of antidotes to grumbling, so here's some suggestions. Ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn from this person or this situation? Obedience asks us to listen to our life. Consider that you might not have the only answer. Remember that there are usually many ways to accomplish a task. We all have gifts, and your gifts are not the same set of gifts as another person's. Perhaps you have a gift that can help the person you're grumbling about. Whenever you catch yourself grumbling, maybe just stop and hold that other person in your heart. Hold yourself there. Or pray if that is your pattern. And when you catch yourself grumbling, perhaps the use of a breath prayer, a welcome prayer, or a favorite letting go, releasing technique that you have can be used. Consider that the other person may be dealing with a difficult issue or situation. Try to be understanding. Be gentle, be kind. What is so important to you may not be as important to the other person. Lighten up and talk to the other person. Maybe there's something that needs to be resolved. And use the good old practice of I statements and not you statements. You can practice the fine art of forgiveness, of letting go. Consider the vastness of the universe. Is grumbling really worth the effort? Why not love instead? You could see the prayerful pause on the 3 faces of compassion with its discussion of different kinds of compassion in different situations. Remember this, Jesus had much to grumble about. disciples who rarely or barely understood him, a huge workload, religious leaders who sought his death, a nation that crucified him, people who flocked to him for self-serving reasons. And although he may have spoken strongly from his frustration with others, we have no record that Jesus ever grumbled. And one needs to continue practicing awareness. Lifelong patterns are not easily changed. Be gentle on yourself as you continue to recognize and heal the patterns of grumbling. If you have found this video helpful, please consider sharing it as one way to support this ministry. Go in peace.